Hello there, welcome to Cansanity. It's another snowy day here in southern Ontario, and so that works out well for me because I'm just about to put my turkey in the oven. I've already made my cornbread for my cornbread stuffing. I usually make that the night before. I slice that up and then I cube it up and put it in a bowl and just break it apart. And then once I do that, then that's ready as the main ingredient for the stuffing. So I'll just put that in this bowl here. So I love using cornbread in the stuffing, and I've made this stuffing for over 20 years, and I usually cook at least 4 turkeys in a year. And I've tried other recipes, but I always go back to this one because it's full of beautiful color and beautiful flavor. And it's not hard to put together when you have the ingredients in your house. And so I always have cornmeal in the house and all the other ingredients, so it's my fail-safe. And so I've already put the cornbread in there. And so now I'm going to talk about the other ingredients. So the next 2 main ingredients are 2 whole diced up cooking onions and 6 stalks of celery. Now I've already put it in a pan here and started to saute it up. So I put olive oil in the pan, and then I add the onions and celery, and then I saute that for 5 minutes. I'm just going to put that back on the stove to just keep that sauteing. And now I'm just going to talk about some of the other ingredients. So I love to put garlic in my stuffing. And this recipe calls for 4 whole cloves of garlic chopped up. Now you could use a garlic press and mince it, but I like to chop my garlic because I just like it a little bit more chunky. And so I've already chopped up 3 of the cloves, and there's the 4th one there. And so after this is sauteed for just a couple minutes, like another 2 minutes, I'm going to add my garlic to the pan. Now you want to only saute the garlic up for another minute because you don't want to burn it, and but you do want to add it and start the saute and start to release the flavors before putting it into your stuffing. So that just has about another minute to go, so I'm just going to talk about some of the other ingredients that I add to my stuffing. And I like to add some fresh herbs if I can. And one of the herbs that I add is sage. Now sage is a desert plant and very cold weather hardy. And here in southern Ontario, I've had my sage in my garden not die back the whole winter long. And we've been moving some plants around in our garden, so we took out our sage last year and we put it in a pot, and we just put it in the garage. And as soon as the weather got warmer, we brought that sage pot out, and it already had leaves. So I snipped up as many as I needed and chopped it up. And so here I have 3 tablespoons of chopped fresh sage. So the other herb that I like to add to the stuffing is thyme, and I actually have some thyme up in my garden, but because it's been snowing, there's a good layer of snow out there, so I thought, oh, I'm not going to go bother and get the fresh thyme today. I'll just add some dried thyme. So you're going to add a tablespoon or more if you want more thyme of crumbled dry thyme to the stuffing. So the other ingredient, I'm just going to add the garlic. I think that's ready to add. So get that going. It already smells so good in here. I could just get a spoon and eat some of that. So the other herb that I like to put in this garden, or in this stuffing, is parsley. And I've already washed and spun the parsley, and it's got such beautiful color, so I love to add a ton of parsley to my stuffing. Now parsley, you could use the stems as well as the leaves. The stems are just as flavorful, and so don't waste them. Add them to your dishes. Now I have some leftover parsley here, and I'm excited about that because one of my family's favorite dishes is carbonara, and so I'll be making that later in the week, and I'll be putting that recipe on the website as well. So while that's sauteing up, I'm just going to chop up this parsley. And so I just start by making a couple just cuts like that, and then I just go and chop it all up. And you know, you can add this to this stuffing in large chunks. You don't have to worry about chopping this too fine. It's nice to have that pop of color in the stuffing, and so don't worry too much if you don't want to be bothered chopping this up too fine. That's going to be fine. You'll still get all that beautiful flavor and color in your stuffing. So I think that's chopped up well enough. So I'm just going to add my celery and my onions and garlic to the pot. So I'm just going to add that to my stuffing and stir that up. And now I'm going to add my herbs. So I'll add that sage, that beautiful sage, my beautiful dried thyme, love thyme. So you want to crush up the thyme as you add it to your dishes, just so that you get more flavor throughout your stuffing. And then I'm going to add my beautiful, beautiful parsley, and like that's easily a cup, probably more like a cup and a half. So I'm just going to stir that up. You can just see that beautiful color in there. Now you can add more herbs if you want to. That's just the amounts that I add to my stuffing. And so now I'm going to add a little bit of salt and pepper. So just about a half a teaspoon of salt. There's salt in the stuffing, so I'm not too worried about adding too much salt. And about a half a teaspoon of pepper as well. Stir that up. And then I add some milk. Now I add 6 tablespoons of milk. And if you have a dairy allergy, you certainly can leave this out of your stuffing, but I like that flavor that it adds to my stuffing, and it's good to add a little bit more moisture so that the stuffing holds together better. Now I'll be honest, I've forgotten to add the milk in other years, and that's not the end of the world. It still tastes delicious, and but if I remember to put it in, then I add it. Just 2 more tablespoons of milk. Stir that up. And there you go. And there's my beautiful stuffing. And now all I have to do is put it in the bird.